Hello everybody and welcome to Night Star Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Aries. I am still getting to grips with learning to read tarot. And as always, please consume responsibility. Please take responsibility for yourself while you're watching these readings. And let's just get into it, Aries. Let's find out what's going on for you. Okay, so let's have a look. I did a meditation and I kept on getting lots of interesting things, but let's just see what comes up. Already in the pre-shuffle, I'm seeing a lot of holding on to money and trying to be clever about resources and stability. Something about justice. The tides are turning in your favor. Some kind of contractual agreements. A lot to do with money, maybe, or creating wealth. Let's have a look, Aries. It's interesting energy. So I only read the jumper cards. Apologies. I was just about to get ready for bed, and then I thought I'll do a tarot reading. So let's have a look. We have the first card, Two of Cups. Oh, you're... It seems like it's quick and then slow, where you're trying to get to grips with yourself. You're trying to pull together a relationship with a soulmate, but you're feeling tied up about it. Soul connections, they don't always show up in the form of relationships, but they certainly could. I'm seeing here that you're feeling really mentally tied up about something. You're pretty convinced something's not going to work. You know, souls represent the mental realm. She's very tied up about what she believes is possible, and I think you're walking away from a soul connection. I think you believe it's not healthy or it's not going to work, and you or somebody else is walking away from that connection. And here we have Justice. And I've pulled more cards for you than I usually like to, but let's have a look. We have Justice, which was in your pre-shuffle a few times. So this soul connection they might have been some kind of legal agreement. If you're working with like somebody who was a business partner or something like this, or someone who you were romantically connected with, you or them may have walked away, and there's a lot of feelings around this where you feel stuck, where you feel like there's no movement forward. One or both of you have, or one, the other, or both of you have decided to leave this behind, and that is the right thing to do. But you are getting to higher grounds. Will is represented by the Wands, and this guy is getting to higher grounds with the situation. I can see here, though, that your ultimate peace is to build and forge abundance on your own. You know, I'm getting the sense that this is the dirt. This is the dirt in which you have to sprout forth and, make money. I like to think of this as this emotional muck that you're currently in. That's the stuff with which is rich for seedlings to grow. So if you have a desire, if you have a wish, if you have things you wish to see manifest in the world, an unideal situation is ripe ground for nutrient for that seed. Sometimes we have to start in the dirt. And I can see here that it very much feels like you have been in the dirt, but these swords are opportunities to lay new seeds. Each sword is buried in the ground. And against this card, what I'm seeing here is these seeds of thought that you could plant in the ground are opportunities for fruit to bear, for your garden to become plentiful. So while this feels hard and heavy and challenging, this is the stuff that makes diamonds, you know? Let's have a look. Here where we have walking away. So you may have been dissatisfied. Maybe you received some kind of contact or cup that was just not good enough. Or perhaps someone felt that way about your cup to offer. What I'm seeing here ultimately is that you have to be patient. Something's happening for you alchemically. And you know, this man, he wanders off into a mountain. And I feel that this mountain is the same mountain here where you're getting this gorgeous sunset. You're trusting your instinct and you're trusting your path. I'm also getting that you might be leaving a workplace. Justice. This is definitely to do with love. You've been disappointed. You've been very disappointed. There was a missed opportunity. I feel like you're walking away from something that feels like a missed opportunity. Maybe somebody didn't return the love, or maybe it's unrequited love scenario. But this could also just be, again, if it was to do with work, a missed opportunity at work or legally. Maybe this outcome with your, if there's anything to do with legalities, while it might be just, it might create emotional upset or just sadness, or just represent overall a missed opportunity. I just want one more card for justice, because with the Ace of Cups in reverse is quite an interesting outcome. You know what? I had this at the bottom of the deck just a little moment ago. Interesting. You're being asked to sacrifice something. You're being asked to sacrifice something, or you have made a sacrifice, which is why this might not feel good while it feels like the right thing to do. But, you know, you're enlightened from your perspective, because the Hanged Man, he's not, you know, he's not in trouble, but he's gaining new perspective, and this sacrifice gives him a new perspective because it can have a bit of a stuck energy to it. So maybe you feel like things have stagnated, things have gotten not so good, and from this vantage point of stagnation and boredom or discontentment, you've gained a new perspective, which has perhaps given you the courage to walk away, or another person has walked away, and that's given you a new perspective. Whatever has happened has been right, though. And at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Five of Cups. See, with the Five of Cups, the Five of Cups it's exactly what it looks like on the tin. It's sadness, it's unhappiness, it's lack of joy for whatever outcome you've experienced. I'm gonna clarify with my favorite deck. This is Tarot Volatile. It is my favorite deck. Sorry, I've just received a message. But let's clarify some of your cards here. So we have here the two. To clarify the Two of Cups, you've got quite a few cards. Wow. What do we have here? You've been trying to evolve to something higher. And you're trying to do this with this connection as well. And you did take a chance on love, but someone was acting really knee-jerkly. Maybe they're just up or down with emotions. Maybe it was you. And ultimately, you manifested. You're the one who's created this scenario. You have the alchemist here in reverse. It's the magician in reverse. You may have lied. You may have cloaked issues because you don't have confidence, or you might be masking issues by creating illusions. Maybe there's something you don't want to see about yourself, but maybe this person was the illusionist and the person creating illusions, and you did not want to believe or see what was there. You know, sometimes when we're dealing with people who are like this, you know, it's easy to point the finger and say, wow, like, how did you happen to me? But a better question to ask would be, how are you in a similar alignment to be around this person? Listen, bad people happen to good people all the time. So I'm not saying you match this energy, but I'm saying, why couldn't you see this? This woman is blindfolded, but she can make herself free, you know? So what were you blind to, you know? Actually, that's a great question to ask. Let's find, what was Aries blind to? See, Aries, you might have had your eyes closed about this person or about the issues you're facing. But what you were blind to is how this person could cut you out of their life. I can see here, there's this Queen of Swords. She does not look back. If there's a maniacal ego, she cuts it down. You can see the head right there that she's cut down. This was a tyrannical king. And it's not as though you didn't get the flags. I'm getting that you saw the flags. Maybe someone cut you down with horrible, sharp words. We'll see. Who walked away? What are you leaving behind? Who walked away? What are you leaving behind? Wow. You did. You walked away. You walked away. Confirmation if you heard my phone. Apologies, Aries. My camcorder stopped recording. And what I was saying was, you walked away in pursuit of your lineage, your legacy. Your legacy extends far well beyond what you see, what you leave fiscally. Your legacy can be the genetic, empire that is your DNA, And so you walked away, and ultimately, this was for the betterment of your long-standing legacy. There may be something here karmic to do with your ancestors, but I will say that if you didn't walk away, ultimately it was whoever did it in your best interest. And I can see here that there's more for you in terms of destiny, but you are acting. There's something you need to act on, or you might be receiving messages coming through soon. So we had the 8 of Wands already represented here, where she's wearing this crown of thorns. So she knows what she needs to do, but it's a hardship. But there's just so much clarity that can't be ignored. If you want to see through this, you know exactly what to do. So let's just clarify justice here for Aries. 2 of Cups again. This person might have incited some kind of evolution. I've already seen in your pre-shuffle a few times Judgment card, which is a call to adventure, right? A call to something higher. But That's interesting. You've gotten that. You've gotten that, and the twos, 2 and 8 8. That's interesting. How are you getting to higher ground? How is Aries? Aries, you get to higher ground by doing the work. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, but you know what is being inspired for you to do. And there's a lot of messages and information coming through and some quick action that's needed on your part. But to clarify, this garden, do you remember this garden I was talking about? These seeds. This Queen of Swords cuts away what doesn't serve her. This is Goddess Kali, you know. She's the thing that faces demons, you know. And you have to chase away the things that don't belong in your garden. These swords need to be pulled out. And she's got a sword, a bloodied sword, but it's not in the ground. And what we were getting here, oh my goodness, get the fuck out of here. Sorry. Get the heck out of here. Eight of Wands again. You're being asked to be strong. I know you've already been strong. I know you're tired. I know you've been strong, but you're being asked to hold in there because these swords need to get pulled out, and there will be emotional renewal. It is due to you. This is the King of Cups. He is someone who knows how to go deep. Okay, and when you forge and you stay strong and you do the work, you know, there's 8 of these wands for 8 of these swords. You have work to do, Aries. You have work to do in pulling out these swords so that these seeds can grow, so you can have this harmony and this peace and this garden, you know. You're being asked to be like the King of Cups, because the King of Cups, he goes deep, okay? He's someone with immense emotional depth. And when we can look at this and we can pull out these swords, and whatever action this might be, right? So one of these wands might be to pull out the sword. So this action might look like getting therapy. This next sword might be, you know, getting a better apartment or living in a better place. This next wand right here might be, you know, talking to that family member who you love, who you haven't spoken to in a long time. This next sword right here might be applying for jobs like a mother lover, you know. This next sword to pull out, the action might be, you know, learning how to build personal relationships and maintain them, because they are work. There's a reason why pentacles represent people and communities, because relationships are a set of rituals that keep them healthy. You don't roll the dice on love, you act on it, right? So this next wand right here might be, you know, learning how to be kinder to yourself, how to speak to yourself, how to free yourself. This next action might be doing that hobby you love, or doing that thing you said you were going to do, starting that business, respecting yourself. You know, these are the things that will create the garden. These are the things that lead from the 8s to the 9. It's not going to be easy, and it requires a lot of strength. And you can just take it, you know, a day at a time, an hour at a time, 10 minutes at a time. You can have, you know, moments where you fall off, but you get back on. But as long as you prioritize yourself, you will have your garden and you will be fruitful. You're being asked to go deep emotionally, because trying to look for other people to fill your cup, man, it's a losing game. If you fill up your cup with like an abundance of crap, right, Aries, you put crap in your cup and you try to give that cup to someone, they're gonna choke on your cup of love, okay? When you're good to yourself, you know how to be good for other people. What are you doing? What are you doing that you could be doing better for you? For you. Let's clarify. Ooh, girly. So we're just clarifying here Temperance and the Four of Cups. Yeah, you might be so tired you don't even see it. You might be so tired you don't even see it. At the bottom of the deck here, I have the King of Swords. 2 faded pairs, okay? Now let me tell you something about air, because swords represent air. You are made of fire, Aries. And, you know, air exacerbates fire. But 2 faded pairs, nevertheless, here they are. I'm going to place them right here. And the 2 cards that have clarified these 2 cards, okay, are the nine of wands, which is overwhelm. This is like wounded warrior, exhaustion, overwhelm. Maybe so much overwhelm that whatever cup has come through for you, you're like, I'm too tired. This cup could very well have this giant Ace of Pentacles. Look at how tired this man looks. Look how tired he looks. He looks exhausted. You're really tired, Aries. A missed opportunity. Maybe you missed the opportunity because you were just tired, man. Man, Aries, you need to get some rest. Hanged Man, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Clarity on the Hanged Man and the Ace of Cups in reverse. You're getting some kind of clarity, some kind of new perspective on conflict, on some kind of clash of wills that you've had with someone. Ooh, that's too many cards. Should I take them? No, there's only 3. I'll take them. At the bottom of the deck again. I kid you not. Justice. Maybe this, it's upright. But oh man, someone was playing mind games. And this has created a lot of stress and anxiety. There's a lot of sleepless nights. This is a lot of hopes and wishes that haven't come through. But you do have here a new beginning with the Fool. My favorite Fool in this card, because she is a woman. But she has this hope. Hope always rises. She's got this little star. She's holding on to hope. These stars, these wishes, these hopes for this anxiety to go away. She's begun anew, and she's got a solid dream. You definitely left behind this conflict. You know, there was you in the white there. So you're the character in the white, fighting these demons, man. Normally the 5 of Wands is like soldiers getting to grips with the battle that they're actually going to wage. You know, it's a precursor, it's like practice, but this is an actual full-blown battle that you've experienced. This is not the practice. This is actual conflict. And maybe you're internally conflicted because of all these mind games, you know, swords, man, and these mind games. Listen, This queen, she doesn't do mind games. Actually, she'll cut your head off before she plays mind games. Look at that. She's cut it out. She's just like, nope, there's his head. Off with your head. No mind games for this one. Okay? And if the roles were reversed, you know where you're at. You know, if the roles were reversed, you know exactly where you're at. Someone's just cut you out because you were full of mind games. Facts for some of you. Not all of you, but for some of you. Justice has put things right. But whether or not you're on the receiving or the giving end of mind games, whatever it was, or on positive justice, it's been a hardship. It's been something that's really, it's really been a downer. So what I want to do is I want to pull some angel oracle cards for you, Aries. It's getting really late for me, to be honest. I should be in bed. I want to pull some angel oracle cards for you, Aries. Let's find out what's good. We'll do one because I'm in a bit of a rush and I do want to go to bed. Got a long day tomorrow. Clarity for Aries. So you see how we've been teetering? We've been teetering around the 9s, the 8s, the 9s. Here you have a 10. I have here for you, Aries, storm warning. Storm warning. At the bottom of the deck, adjacent possibilities. Okay, so what I want to do is read for you what your storm warning is. And we'll talk a little bit about adjacent possibilities, which is one of my favorite cards. Funnily enough, when I was meditating, I saw this particular card about adjacent possibilities pop in my mind. I saw doorways, endless doorways, to be honest. That's what I saw. Not this particular card, but I saw endless doorways. But let's have a look. Clouds on the horizon. Upright, this card indicates a potential difficulty, either in the external world or within yourself and your emotional life. The difficulty is coming closer, and you have already heard rumblings of potential problems around you. The caution here is to be conscious, yet not fearful. Consider what's going on and look at the situation with a calm clarity. Investigate your options and honor yourself and your intentions. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. As with all difficulty, even the worst storms pass. Always remember, you have the power and the wisdom to handle whatever may come your way. And your affirmation on that is, I have the power to overcome any obstacle. No matter what is going on, I can be strong, confident, and self-directed. Aries, strong, confident, self-directed. Remember, no one is going to show up with this endless cup for you like you can show up for this endless cup for you. Act on these. Pull out these swords. Free yourself. Become enlightened. You see how she's got this dark halo around her head? And how his is enlightened? You have to do the work. You have to make the sacrifices. Card of Pisces, the Hanged Man. Card of sacrifices. Okay, so let's do adjacent possibilities next. Many unconsidered options. Upright. Sometimes the force of habit keeps you stuck and aware of potentially healthier and happier choices at hand. Yet every moment gives you the option to open a different door and take a different course, whether it's your thoughts, behaviors, or major life decisions. I'm just going to remind everybody again. Okay? You want your garden? Remember that garden, those seeds? Okay? Sorry, where was I? So it's in your thoughts, behaviors, or major life decisions. Unlike the indecision card, which indicates confusion and vacillation about which course to take, the adjacent possibilities card is here to tell you that you have many options, and it's time to take a wider look at things as you consider the many life choices available. You'll feel more and more empowered and motivated to make decisions that bring happiness, decisions that bring strength and forward motion. In terms of your goals, this card could indicate unknown and previously unconsidered ideas. Perhaps there's a marketing tool you haven't thought of, or a connection you haven't tapped, or even an entirely different direction that would be more suited to you. Be cautious, okay? Be cautious. This person is an adventurer. This person is heading towards this adventure to discover their legacy, okay? Just wanted to point that out. But it says here, be cautious, be aware, and be flexible and willing to take new and different action now. Okay? And your affirmation with this card is, I am open and willing to take my life in new directions. I am becoming more aware of my many options for harmony, optimism in my thoughts and in all my choices each day. Okay? So I want to just pull you one of my Starseed Oracle cards. It's one of my favorite oracles. Clarity for Aries. Ooh, I think we got 2 already. All right, I'll take the 2. So we have here, loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, destiny, addiction, let God in. And then we have here star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. Oof. Okay. I like this one specifically, but let's get you clarity on loosen your grip. I'm actually pretty excited about these. I feel like these are really, especially this one though, on star bathing and activation, because let me tell you something about being activated. Sometimes being activated feels like getting triggered, okay? But let's have a look. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Let's see. Oh my gosh, guess what? It's on page 88. 88. If you've been seeing and spotting 88 a lot, it's been in your reading. 888. Okay, so coping mechanisms. We're cyclic beings. The Mother Earth teaches us how to be human every day with the coming and going of the tides and the seasons. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are so often those we most need to let go of. The food, the substances, the relationship, the job, the people-pleasing. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space. The part where we're most afraid to leave empty, the part we guard and don't let grace into. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us, or clinging to it for fear, sorry, I just tapped onto my mic. Or clinging to it for fear of it not staying of its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. A Course in Miracles tells us, whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. And the Buddha said, you can only lose what you cling to. Indeed, both are true. If this card appears, you are being called to find the courage. The courage. Sweet, sweet Aries. You are being called to find the courage to loosen your grip and give up control. Just want to zoom in on this card again, just to remind you, right? Look at this lion. It's on fire like you are, you know? You're a moving prayer, Aries. You're a fiery sign, okay? Find the courage to loosen your grip. Where was I? Loosen your, let's see. And give up control. To release your coping mechanisms and leave space for grace and God to enter. To surrender all that feels dense to the divine. Loosen your grip doesn't mean that what we're clinging to will go away. It may. It very well may. Or it might stay. but you can be sure that what is for you will find you, and you'll breathe easier knowing that you've shifted from relying on your own strength to surrendering to the grace of life. So your inquiry here would be, what are you clinging to for fear of nothing coming to take its place? Okay. Have courage, Aries. So, my next favorite one. Star bathing. It's one of my favorite cards. I used to get this one a lot. So, I really love this card. I really appreciate what it's done for me in terms of guidance. It's wonderful. Okay. Star bathing. Light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. You have to pardon me. I'm doing tongue twisters today, and I'm trying to read, and it's not easy as a dyslexic, but there you go. Okay. So the stars are constantly showering emanations into the crystalline grid of the Earth. When things are in balance and the planet also sends information back to the stars, where was I? When things are in balance, the planet also sends information back to the stars. Many star seeds have come to Earth at this time to help shift the planet vibrationally, to activate the ancient codes of wisdom that humanity has forgotten. And all that information is stored in the crystalline grid. If you pull this card, you may be being called to begin working with the stars and the crystalline grid of the Earth. Some people believe that the crystalline grid of the Earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies onto the planet. You might be guided to journey to particular places on the Earth to unlock cosmic codes with your presence, with your very presence. You may also be interested in the practice called star bathing. So you can download a star bathing meditation at www.starseedoracle.me. This card commonly arises because you're here to connect with the crystalline grid of the Earth, either in your hometown or by traveling to other places without quite knowing why. It also can mean that your light body, the energy body that is your highest form, is being activated. If this resonates, take things extra slow in order to integrate this change of vibration.